When it comes to the great city of Nashville, everyone wants to make it big, whether it be in the world of music or in the world of motor racing. Tonight, we celebrate both as we are here live for the 2021 All-American eSports 400, live from the virtual Nashville Fairgrounds in Nashville, Tennessee, here on Podium eSports. Good evening, everyone. I am your host, Taylor Burris. Alongside me is the man, the myth, the legend himself, Terry Radford. And our producer tonight is Ryan Bauer down in the virtual production trailer. Of course, Ryan is using the cameras created by the great Dougie Beard. We want to say thank you for tuning in tonight, whether you're watching on iRacing.com/live, whether also on the Bearded Sim Racers Twitch network, along with Facebook on Podium eSports Facebook page and YouTube. Terry, you're looking pretty macho here tonight. We're looking forward to seeing an absolute wrestling match here at Nashville Fairgrounds.
Oh yeah, Taylor, the macho man's ready to go. But I will tell you this, brother. The cream rises to the top, yeah. And at Nashville, brother, it's gonna get crazy for the title.
It certainly is going to get crazy for the title. We have 4 exhilarating races here tonight. The first one, of course, starting off with the legends on the quarter-mile circuit. That is going to provide a lot of exciting action. Later on, we'll have the tuner class utilizing the older MX-5 Cup cars, Super Street stocks later on, and then the big show for tonight's action is going to be the 1987 Cup cars. But Terry, why don't you tell them a little bit more about this famous track here in Nashville?
Well, the Nashville Fairgrounds, just one beautiful pile. You come around this place, it's only a quarter mile, especially the Legends cars we're running here tonight. It opened in 1958. The turn's 18 degrees, straightaways 3 degrees. We're only going to go 25 laps in these things, so they don't have really much time, but on this small track, it's going to be a lot of beating and banging.
It certainly is a lot of beating and banging. It is happening here tonight. Of course, this original circuit opened in 1904. We'll be utilizing the bigger version, the 5/8 mile, later on tonight with the 87 Cup cars. But qualifying has come to a close, and it is none other than Alex McCullum, who will take the pole position here under the lights at Nashville as we get ready for the great racing action. And here is your starting lineup. It's Alex McCullum on the front row with Jake Silva. Alex ran a 14.399. In row number 2, you'll find Parker Retzlaff and Christian Pedersen. In row 2, row 3, we'll find Steele Lankford and Zach Coyer.
Over there in row 4, you're going to have Oliver Cordell, and then Nathan Latham Joyner. Wow. Jordan Spoon in row 5 with Peyton Hamlet. Presley Sobra and Derek Rice rounding out your row 6.
Row 7, it'll be Jeff McConey and Derek Krause, followed by Tyler Davala and Guillaume Helsnot rounding out row 8. Row 9 will be Jonathan Smith and Cardin Cochran.
Yep, there in the 20th spot, James Watson, Chad Barker. Then you have Sean Pennington. Yeah, that's it. And then Miles Morse, William George, and Jay Blankman in row 12.
And, of course, that will round out your 24-car field here tonight. Pace car will lead them around for 2 laps before turning them loose here. Terry, 25 laps, a lot can happen in these legend cars, but it's going to be exciting. One thing I've noticed, though, during practice and warm-up is that these cars are a little bit difficult to drive here at this quarter-mile circuit, given the fact that of the banking. Could that play a factor tonight?
I think it's going to play a huge factor at the fact that when they come off the exit of the corner, you can't really get full throttle. You come around there, you hit that banking, and the car just wants to snap. You want to smack into the wall. It's going to be a big challenge for all of them here tonight, but I think these are some of the best. We're going to have a good show.
Of course, these times we're going to be seeing is 14 seconds lap times here. It's going to be fast. It's going to be quick. This race here tonight, it's going to be exciting. Who are going to be some of the drivers you're going to watch here tonight?
Well, I mean, obviously you can go with Alex McCullum and you can just say he's going to wipe it and have a good show. But I'm going to look right there. I think Steele Lankford, I was watching him in practice, very consistent. That was the main person I kept an eye on. And then I'll look over there at Latham Joyner. He was another person in practice that was able to come off the exit of the corner, keep it straight and very steady.
He certainly was. We'll have to keep an eye on him tonight as the field is now behind the iRacing pace car here. 2 laps before we turn them loose for 25 laps. We're happy to have you here with us on all of the streaming platforms we touched on earlier, as the pace car lights are going to be off and we are about to turn these 24 drivers here tonight to kick off the All-American eSports 400 this weekend here at Nashville. A lot of great racing action tonight, and then the big shows are tomorrow. Field now working down the back straightaway to get ready to start tonight's racing action. Pace car is coming, leading them through turns 3 and 4. Field getting flied up, double file. Pace car is off, green flag is out, and we are underway under the lights here in the Music City. Down into turn 1, Alex McCullum will hold on to the inside lane ahead of Jake Silva as they come off of turn 2, though. Here comes Parker Retzlaff up to second.
Yeah, that high lane was able not to work for Jake Silva. He slid up the racetrack. You're going to see that a lot here tonight. If you get outside of the white and yellow lines, you're going to find yourself falling to the back. Parker's making a run on Alex. This could get testy. We could see some crushed Coke cans tonight.
We definitely could see that as they battle off a turn 4 down the front straightaway. McCullum will lead that lap. It's a gap about 0.3 of a second between him and Parker Retzlaff. Off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Field is lined up single file throughout your top 7 as they work through turns 3 and 4. Out of 4, McCullum still holds on to the race lead though, but Retzlaff trying to find the opening he needs to get to the inside. A little bit of battling happening further back outside the top 10. Around 3 wide action going into turn 3.
Yeah, these guys are actually putting it on them. You see back here for the 7th place position. Yeah, they're coming out of the corner, and it was smart. It was very smart for that white machine to pull up and just let out of it. There's no sense in going 3 wide right here. It's the great Jeff McConey. We go on board with him with a beautiful face on the front end of that thing. And guy makes some good setups, too. Look how good he looks right there in his little wheel stuff, too.
He's trying to hang on with that VR headset with that McConey setup. Shop Legends cars. He works down into turns 3 and 4. Currently sitting in the top 10 right now as he rockets off of turn 4. Great racing action all throughout the field. Meanwhile, though, back at the front of the field, your race leaders Alex McCullum and Parker Retzlaff are closing in on lap traffic as trouble on the front straightaway. It looks like the 18 of Miles Morse goes around.
Yeah, he went flipping down through there, but luckily the leaders didn't get contained. They're just tapping the wall just a tad bit in some of these bumps. You just see them start to smack around. Looks like a bobblehead going through here. Oh, 2nd place is loose. Man, that's crazy. Look how crazy these cars are going.
They certainly are, as we see a pass for 3rd position as Oliver Cordell will move up to P3 as they work their way into turns 3 and 4. Alex McCullum has pulled out to about a 2nd lead over Parker Retzlaff here as we have come across the line. 9 laps completed, currently on lap number 10 as they work their way down the back straightaway. McCullum taking his time now. He has to negotiate his trouble on the front straightaway here. Multiple cars around. I believe one of those has to go to Zach Coyer in the 12, the 6 of Sean Pennington, and I believe Chad Barker as well goes around in the 15.
That one on the 6, that's pretty good colors to what I'm wearing tonight. We didn't sync that up, but the Macho Man approves.
That is, of course, this is your first iRacing iFlags caution as we see all the chaos that ensues on the front straightaway. There you see the 6 of Sean Pennington around trying to avoid an incident. Let's see what happened as he works his way into turn 3. As he dives it through the corner. Oh, actually the 15 might have startled him a little bit. More cars around, and then there's the contact. So it actually started a little bit earlier with Chad Barker in that 15 Legends car. As the field now is behind the pace car. Currently 19 cars on the lead lap. Zach Coyer is your first car 1 lap down. As we're on board with Coyer, all the chaos. Close call for Coyer, and then boom, just makes a little contact with the wall, loops around, almost made it through there, Terry, but a tough break for that number 12.
Well, it's just one of those deals. You ain't got a whole lot of track here. I mean, it's only a 1/4 mile. So you come around here, you ain't got nowhere to go. You see somebody in the middle of the road, well, it's kind of like a deer in the headlights. You just go, eyes wide open, and then hope you don't hit nothing. Well, unfortunately for a couple, they did. But not a whole lot of damage to these things, and they should be able to roll on by.
Certainly is, as we see them working their way through. There you see Barney the Flagman having the yellow flag out for the first time here tonight. I'm pretty sure we'll see that yellow flag out even more as we progress through the night. Meanwhile, though, we'll take a quick look. Field is behind the iRacing pace car. as we'll figure out to see how many more laps we are going to be till we go back green flag racing here tonight at the Nashville Fairgrounds on the quarter-mile circuit. As the lights are out, that means one thing, Terry, we're about to turn them loose once again.
And we were looking at the cold beer cameras right there, and I tell you what, I hear a lot of good things about what's going on here. We originally thought that was cold beer, for a Saturday night short track event. You just get up in there in your Macho Man outfit and drink some old Budweisers or whatever. But that's good camera work, and we're going to see these guys crack a couple beers when this one's over too.
Certainly indeed, as the green flag is back out and we are underway here at the Nashville Fairgrounds. McCullum and Retzlaff will battle side by side, 2 by 2, all the way back to the top 10 as they work their way down the back straightaway. Here comes Oliver Cornell, though. He'll look to the inside as trouble for the 6. He'll get out of the way quickly as here comes the field coming out at the final corner back into turn 1.
Man, you see the 17. I talked about it. The person on the outside is at the biggest disadvantage here on these restarts because you barrel it down into 1 and you hope that you can keep pace with the leader. Parker couldn't. Parker couldn't keep it up there, couldn't pinch the 10 down enough. The 17 drives right on by, and now we see another challenger who can get up there and get Alex McCullum as the caution flags out again.
Ooh, big trouble for the 15 as he is up and over once again. That's Chad Parker as he is stuck on his roof. Caution is out once again as he will take it behind the wall and get a tow on that handling. As we take a look here, coming out of turn 4, your iRacing iFlags caution, as he just gets loose and then end over end as a couple more cars also been out. That's the 3 car, the Carden Cochran, who had some trouble as well.
He didn't get the prices right from Bob Barker. Come on down. He got the flip and tumble in one.
He certainly did, and some very interesting situations happening. Parker Retzlaff given an EOL penalty.
Man, that's tough.
False alarm on that. Race control decided to fix that, so close call indeed.
Thank goodness. He's got a fast machine, and now him sitting in P3, he's going to be right there on the bottom. I think he's going to be able to get right past Oliver, work his way back up to the back bumper of the 10. Now, we're going to have like 4 laps to go when we take this green. I expect to see the Intimidator get broke out twice in one day.
Probably we will see that indeed. Who will come out on top? Who will be able to find a way around Alex McCullum, or will McCullum be able to hold off all of these drivers behind him? 2 drivers are out of the race tonight, Chad Parker and Derek Kraus, as the field works their way out of turn 4 under the pace car for the iRacing iFlags caution. Lights next time by for your race leader. That will mean we will have at least 3 laps to go when this is all said and done if we get the green flag next time by.
This is going to get exciting, especially you see Alex up there warming his tires up. He knows this is going to be a dogfight to the finish. He's got the guy behind him that was able to keep pace with him, was able to keep pace lap time wise, and was just able to stay on his back bumper more than anybody's going to be able to. The guy's fast. Alex has been fast this entire time through practice, through qualifying. He comes out here and shows up, shows out. What can the 2 do? Can he get up? Can he put the bumper to him, or is he just going to be good with second fiddle?
We're going to find out who's going to be good with second fiddle, but who wants to take home the golden fiddle here tonight, of course, Terry, as they work their way through turns 3 and 4. Pace car makes the hard left turn down pit road. Green flag is back out, and we are underway here for the final laps here at Nashville. Down into turn 1. McCullum holds on to the race lead over Oliver. Parker Retzlaff dives it to the inside, side by side for second as they work back into turns 3 and 4. Here they come out of 4. Retzlaff right there on a white flag in the air. Retzlaff has 1 shot to drew it. He'll get right on the back bumper of McCullum. Maybe a little bit of a nudge right there as they come out of turn 2. And as they work down the back straightaway for the final time out of turn 4, checkered flag is in the air. McCullum will not be denied. He will win the Legends race here at Nashville.
I really thought that Parker was going to do what Johnny did to the Devil, and the Devil went down to Georgia and go in there and just outplay him. He didn't.
Certainly did not indeed, but Alex McCullum will take home the checkered flag. Congratulatory bumps happening for a couple of drivers, congratulating him on his victory. And as the field comes down pit road, as well as the rest of your podium finishers to celebrate. Of course, we're here having a great time at the Nashville Fairgrounds. Still more racing action to come, but McCullum celebrating your Martin Sport winning moment here as he'll park it right here on the front straightaway. As we give you the full field rundown, it is Alex McCullum, your race winner, followed by Parker Retzlaff in second. Jake Sylvia will be coming home third, followed by Oliver Cordell in fourth. Christian Peterson will come home in fifth, followed by Presley Sora in sixth. Jeff McConey will come home in seventh, followed by Zach Coyer. He will come home eighth. Guillaume Hesnault will come home ninth. Steele Langford rounds out your top 10.
You got Miles Morris in 11th, Peyton Hamlet, Latham Joyner, Jay Blankman, Taylor Davila, that's a good name to say, Derek Rice, James Watson, and that rounds out your lead lap cars. Jordan Spoon, William George, Sean Pennington rounds out the top 20, and the field all one lap down.
21st goes to Cardin Cochran, followed by Chad Barker, Derek Kraus, Jonathan Smith rounds out your 24 car field as they will come to a close here tonight. And I just want to make sure we have our race winner, Alex McCullum. Alex, you led from start to finish. How do you feel to kick things off here at Nashville to celebrate the All-American 400?
It feels pretty good. The track's pretty cool. I actually won here in real life a couple months ago, so it was pretty cool. Get a win on the virtual side, but it was a pretty good race. We had a really good run right there, 15 laps. I thought it was gonna kind of be a little wreck fest, but I'm surprised everybody drove pretty smart, so it was pretty good.
As you said, since you won here at this track not too long ago, explain maybe the similarities or differences that you noticed about this track compared to this real-world counterpart.
Honestly, it's pretty accurate. It's the bump in 1 and 2's there. The only thing is there's rumble strips in 3 and 4 there in real life, but overall, iRacing did a pretty good job on it.
Well, Alex, before we let you go and continue your celebrations, are you racing in any more of the races here this weekend?
I'm racing tomorrow night, the Pro Late and the Super, which I actually got the pole for both of them, so I'm gonna try to get the wins in both of those classes tomorrow. But I planned on just running the Legends, Pro, and Super this weekend. So,
Well, Alex, before we let you go, anyone you would like to say thank you to?
yeah, I got to thank Superior Motorsports for everything they do, for especially on my Super side, late model side. Our stuff's been really good in open stuff. Got to thank Team 510 Racing, Cal 80 Racing, and you guys for putting this on. William Hale, everybody that's putting efforts into putting this race weekend together. It's been good so far.
Certainly has been. Congratulations, Alex McCullum, your winner here tonight in the Legends class, as we will see him tomorrow night on the pole for the other two late model and super late model events. And with that, we are going to take our first commercial break, but don't worry, we're going to be coming back to you with our next class. It's the Tuners MX-5s next here on Podium Esports.
This is iRacing, the world's premier online racing game. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat to experience today's newest form of competitive motorsport, virtual racing, all from your home PC. Race virtually in endorsed series from NASCAR, IndyCar, IMSA, the World of Outlaws, Aussie Supercars, and more. Take on legendary circuits like Daytona, Silverstone, and the Nürburgring. Join iRacing's global online racing community and get on track today at iRacing.com.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. There's a reason that Makoni Setup Shop is trusted by more virtual and real-world tracks and companies than any other setup shop in iRacing. With partners such as Stafford Motor Speedway, the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, Five Flags Speedway, Speed 51, and more. When you want something done right, you go to the experts at Makoni Setup Shop.
With setups available for most series on both asphalt and dirt, built by a team of professional builders consisting of some of the top talents on the service, Makoni Setup Shop LLC has what you need to hit the track with confidence. Head over to MakoniSetupShop.com and learn why Makoni Setup Shop is the official setup shop of Richmond Raceway eSports and is partnered with some of the largest names in virtual and real racing.
And remember, at Makoni Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
This is iRacing, the world's premier online racing game. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat to experience today's newest form of competitive motorsport, virtual racing, all from your home PC. Race virtually in endorsed series from NASCAR, IndyCar, IMSA, the World of Outlaws, Aussie Supercars, and more. Take on legendary circuits like Daytona, Silverstone, and the Nürburgring. Join iRacing's global online racing community and get on track today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back to Podium Esports coverage of the All-American Esports 400 weekend. We are now getting ready for the tuner class with the MX-5. Of course, tonight's broadcast and race is presented by Martin Sports. Lowry is also one of the great partners here, as they are the best. LaRue is one of the best tank snowblowers in the world. And then, of course, Cold Beer, we have to say thank you to as well. Full Throttle and Makoni Setup Shop. And speaking of Martin Sports, I believe the Macho Man, Terry Radford, has...
I'm an idiot.
Terry, you were supposed to show your...
It's one of those things where, you know, I'm not technical savvy. I'm probably much dumber than the average person on a cam. So let's not judge the Macho Man here. All right, the Macho Man does kind of what the Macho Man wants to do. We're in transitions. All right, I think I'm there. I'm close. You know, I'm working on it. I wondered why the green light went away, but the green light, I was like, I don't think I'm there.
You hit the red button, didn't you?
I touched something. I don't know what I touched. It mainly comes into the fact that, you know, I'm not the brightest bump. I took a lot of bumps in wrestling, and, you know, I put these gloves on, and I felt American. I felt like, you know, the person I wrote an entire diss track album before, you know, the Hulkster, you know, brother, you know, and I just typed the wrong button. But I tell you what, if you're gonna wear gloves, the Macho Man's telling you, use promo code PODIUM, 40% off these in stock.
That's not a bad deal. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would be interested in getting their very own Martin Sports gloves and enjoy those same type of comfort when sim racing or any form of racing.
You don't wear stuff like this to not put on Martin Sports gloves.
You certainly do not, and we are going to see some electrifying action here tonight with the tuner class, utilizing the Legacy MX-5 Cup cars that were some of the original cars added to the iRacing service, as we will be seeing some great action. Currently fastest in practice is Parker Retzlaff with a 15.626, as I believe we have also a couple of drivers who are going to be using their onboard cameras here. as we'll take a look at that here momentarily to see who we see racing here tonight. A couple of other drivers returning, switching out from their Legends cars to their MX-5, as we see a couple of them right there. Jeff McConey there with his VR, as well as one of our virtual drivers. That is, of course, Cameron Aubernon as well in there. I gotta say, that's pretty cool to have a virtual for your video camera right there. That's pretty cool, Terry.
I don't even know how to turn my camera on 90% of the time, so being able to do something like that's kind of cool. It's a gamer's world nowadays. At least that's what the kids are saying.
It is a gamer's world, but it's also a racing world here tonight at the virtual Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. As practice is over, we're going to now see who's going to set the fastest time in qualifying here momentarily. As Barney the Flagman waves the checker flag to end practice, and now we will see who sets the time fastest in qualifying as the field now gets themselves ready to go here for tonight. Terry, watching practice, who are some of the drivers you're going to be watching here as they're out there qualifying, as we're seeing one of their drivers, Jordan Spoon, behind the wheel?
Well, I kind of threw the nod at him a little bit too, because I mean, check out that beautiful shirt he's wearing, because it's their setups, but it's your victories. Jordan Spoon's going to be a good one. Jake Silva led practice, was very fast, didn't have any issues whatsoever on any of the bumps coming out of the corner. So very, very impressed with what he was able to do. But I'm not going to sleep on Parker. Parker wants redemption. He finished second fiddle. He wants to finish first.
He certainly does right now, as you're on board with Parker Retzlaff in that number 7 as he works his way into turns 1 and 2. Riding on board with him, of course, the onboard cameras here tonight are brought to you by Cold Beer. So crack open a cold beer and let's have some fun here tonight at the fairgrounds. As they work on their way through, he'll set a time of a 15.7 as we now are on board with Derek Rice. Got a little bit of a spooky glove going on here as you're riding on board with him.
I'm loving the Vipers he's got on. Kind of hit Brett the Hitman heart. You know, the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Derek Rice, favorite glasses.
Could not agree with you more on that, as a couple more drivers are finishing up their qualifying attempts. Currently, the fastest driver is car 64, Joey Mazowicz, who is the fastest time of a 15.681, as Carden Cochran sets a time of a 17.301. That's good enough for P17, as he's trying to hold on for dear life here with these tuners. As now Cameron Aubernon is now coming on to the circuit, coming down pit road, and Christian Pedersen is now going to complete his lap time here, his best with a 15.99. He's going to stop right there and not continue, as the field is starting to get their way going here with qualifying. Seeing if anybody else is out on the track so far. I don't see anyone. I believe it's safe to say some of these drivers decided to stop their laps here. Give them a couple more seconds, but I think it's safe to say that qualifying for these drivers has been completed. What do you think, Terry, on that matter?
Yeah, nobody else going to qualify it. Joey puts up a good lap out there. Kind of hard to go out there and top something that he was able to do. This track with these cars is going to be crazier than the Legends out here, because these are much slippier to get around here. So this is going to be more. This is going to be entertaining. I hope people are enjoying the show.
People are enjoying the show as well. Of course, please interact with us a little bit tonight if you're watching on any of our social media platforms here tonight, whether it be Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, also on the iRacing.com/live, all of it. Interact. We'll have a great time here tonight, as Christian Pedersen is going to try to go and run another lap out on the racing circuit. He'll come across the line of 15.911. That's good enough to move him into the top 10 in 8th position. The Gold Beers camera on board as he works his way through. Coming out of turn 4 for the final time. A good lap, maybe. Not good enough. A 16.065 is his best attempt that he could do that time. And with that, I think it's safe to say that qualifying has come to a close. No other drivers are going to go out to run a lap unless they're just waiting for the absolute last second to run it here, which I could believe there could be a couple of drivers who maybe could have one last fast time for them if they utilize. As we have Jeff McConey with us here. Jeff, you got out there starting 15th. How do you feel about these cars?
They're something. They are very much a driver's car. You sort of like hit the gas and try and get the RPMs up on exit. So you're going to see actual like wheel spin and burnouts. These things are crazy, but they are so much fun. I'm very excited for this race. I'm not very fast. I ran a 16:1:01 as my best lap, and that puts me 15th of 21 so far. However, Joey Masowitz, McConey Setup Shop sponsored driver, put his Doki Doki Literature Club car MX-5 on the pole for this with a 15.680. So I think he's excited as well.
I think he's getting very excited. But Jeff, have fun out there. We're getting ready to go over the starting lineup for tonight's race for the MX-5 tuner class. As, of course, we get things ready. Of course, your Martin Sports Polo Award goes to Joey Masowicz with a 15.681. Oliver Cordell, we saw him race in the last event in the Legends. He's going to be starting on the outside row once again in second. Parker Retzlaff starts in third. Jake Sylvia will be in row 2 on fourth. Latham in row number 3 with Guillaume Hesnault rounding out your top 6.
You got Derek Kraus right there in row 4 with Christian Peterson. Good drivers right there in row 4, something to look out for. Peyton Hamlet, and then Steele Lankford, Jordan Spoon, Derek Rice round out the top 12.
Moving on to row 7, it is Jonathan Smith, followed by Zach Coyer, and then Jeff McConey and James Watson in row number 8. Row 9 will be Presley Sora and Carden Cochran.
Rounding out your field is going to be Miles Morris, and then Cameron Arbernon, and then Jay Blinkman rounds out in the row 11.
21 cars out on the racetrack here tonight. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be electrifying. Terry, who do you think is going to be the one to watch here for tonight's race?
I'm going to take the low-hanging fruit. The person on the pole, Joey. Joey's going to get it here tonight. Not enough laps to get around, but I think the track's going to win. A lot of track winning.
Certainly, indeed. Of course, tonight's race is 25 laps. Cautions are on, and they will count towards the laps here. As we want to say hello, everyone, here, as we got a little bit of the Brady Bunch going on here tonight.
Got to show the flails off. Well,
you had to do a little twirl for us, Terry. Come on.
I should have stood up. I got the boots and all on, okay? The championship belt's on the floor. I'm tired of defending it. But I will tell everybody out here, you might beat me on the racetrack, but you put me up here and let me be a character, game over.
So game over, man? Game over?
Game over, man. Game over. We're finished, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having as much fun as me and Terry are as we are getting ready to turn it up and get ready to turn these tuners loose as we get ready to have a little fun. Something that we don't normally see when it comes to short track racing, iRacing events. As the pace car lights are off, this is going to be fun. This is going to be exciting. I don't even know who's going to survive this race, but all I know is we're going to have a great time here as the pace car leads them down the back straightaway for the final time as they work their way into turns 3 and 4. Mazurich and Cordell lead them to the green flag. Pace car off. Green flag is out, and we are underway for race number 2. And it looks like Mazurich makes a bad jump on the restart. That's going to allow Cordell to take over the race lead. Mazurich, though, loses it, spins out, and collects one other car. That's Peterson as well. It goes around and almost takes out Auburnon as well. Close call indeed, but we're still under green flag conditions.
Man, on that restart, his tires were hotter than toast in a toaster. He couldn't get them going. They just kept on spinning, kept doing weird things, but Cordell taking the lead, he's gone. He's half a second away from Jake Silva, and I think Jake's loose too. He's out there burning them up.
Got a little trouble now as Steele Lankford is up on 2 wheels. I want to take a look at the cameraman on this because he is literally not moving up. One of the drivers decided to give him a helping hand. But literally, he had a hang time that I've never seen a race car do before.
You must not be watching the gameplay from NASCAR Ignition. There's a lot of hang
Neil
time there.
Langford in number 10. Like, that is true. I will have to agree with you on that one. But take a look at this replay here as we work their way through turns 3 and 4. Here's Steele Langford as he comes down. I think a little bit of a helping hand happened right there. And then up in the wall, more contact, and then up on his roof, and then just parks it on 2.
Got a little hamburger helper there.
And literally will stay there. Still. Until
He just wanted to hang out.
He did. Somebody then wanted to be a good Samaritan. That's the 8 car of Jonathan Smith, who will help him out, get him back on.
That was the snowblowers.
That was the snowblowers. You got to thank the LaRue snowblowers to help them out.
The best damn snowblowers. Not just any snowblowers, the best damn snowblowers.
And of course, we are under our iRacing iFlags caution for the first time here tonight. As I gotta say, that's pretty cool of what our producer Ryan Bauer was able to come up with to have that little flashing yellow light on that logo.
He's one talented man, but he's also the busiest, and nobody gives him credit for how busy he is. Him and our social media guy. How the social media guy still has fingertips after sitting there with me and you, I have no idea. But fantastic job from the podium crew.
Very fantastic, and of course we can't thank them enough for all the hard work that they do, as we should be seeing the 1 to go here. And we're going to turn these MX-5s loose once again here at the Nashville Fairgrounds on the quarter-mile circuit. As they come across the line, will we see the pace car lights off? The answer is yes, indeed. So double them up, Terry. We're about to go again.
Oh, man. It's going to get hotter in the summer in Georgia right here. Can the 18 keep it going? The leader on the initial start spins the tires, field stacks up, people get around them. Can the 18 hold it? Or is Silva going to be the person? Somebody needs to start doing some boot scooting and boogie here.
We're about to see that as they come across. Green flag is out, and Cordell gets a great jump in that number 18. Parker Retzlaff moves up to 2nd place ahead of Jake Silva. Latham Joyner now trying to battle for 3rd position, as here comes Retzlaff to the inside. Side-by-side action as they come out of turn 4. Move Parker Retzlaff up to the right. Crossover, though, happening as Cordell takes a peek to the inside, back into 1.
You see these two going. Look at the cars when they come in the corner. They're just bobbing up and down, having a good time, like a kid skipping on a skip walk. Hey, you just see them 2 by 2 all through there. Top 3's broke away. Everybody else is trying to get situated in what they want to do. But this own course, you just see them bouncing. Man, it's just a lot of bumps in this track to have a lot of fun with.
We heard from our last race winner in the Legends, Alex McCullum, talk about the bumps, and they are like trouble though out of turn 4. Cordell is around.
Ooh.
Silva's around. More troubles are happening as the caution is out for the 2nd time. The iRacing iFlag caution once again as the field works their way through, and the pace car will pick them up here momentarily. But let's take a look at what happened to our 2nd and 3rd place drivers. Here's Cordell as well as Sylvia trying to stay on the back bumper of Retzlaff down the back straightaway. And I think it might have hit a wrong bump and synchronized spinning, not this lap, but the next lap, I believe.
Where it gets fun, you just see all the bumps in this track, and you heard Jeff McCody talk about it's one of the best setup guys you got, and he's talking about how this is the driver's track. The setup is just it's Tokyo Drift in Nashville. You know, I never thought I would say Tokyo and Nashville in the same sentence, but somebody get them the Fast and Furious contracts, because they didn't touch nothing.
They certainly did not, and I think Christian Peterson as well on the Cold Beers camera on board shows that he didn't touch a thing either, as he sneaks his way through to pick up a couple of spots.
Oh man, who's that driver up there in that green thing? The Hulk almost smashed, but he didn't. He saved it. He kicked it on around, missed him by an inch.
Here they come as we watch on live on the replay here, as they work their way through.
Look at that green car.
Close call.
He's gonna miss it.
Right there, just snakes on through.
Oh man. That is incredible.
That is incredible indeed. That is Watson. That's James Watson in the 39. Just hold on for dear life. Tokyo drifts it here at Nashville.
That was slippier than my dad sneaking out the back door to get cigarettes when I was 5, but he didn't come back.
It's okay, Terry.
It's race time.
It is race time. As the field is now back here under caution, we have completed 16 laps here. 25 laps is the scheduled distance. And we are just now under 10 laps to go. The lights are off on the pace car. We're going to double them up, re-rack them and stack them, and go at it here once again. It's going to be Parker Retzlaff and Guillaume Hesnault who will now lead them to the green flag. Jordan Spoon and Presley Sora and Jeff McConey round out your top 5 as the pace car gets out of harm's way. Down on pit road, Barney the flagman waves the green flag, and we are back underway here at Nashville. Down into turns 1. Here they come. Retzlaff holds on into the race lead. Hesnault will now lead in second, but the battle for third between Spoon and Sora will battle on.
Yeah, they continue to go side by side right there. Sora's been very good throughout the as they get in the wall. I talked about the 14. Sora, he clobbers the wall, but look at the beautiful shots around this racetrack when they went green. It really did look like a Reba McEntire show. All the lights glimmering on these drivers, the cameras, the bulbs. How they're still seeing out here in these Mazdas is caution's back out again.
Caution is back as a couple of Mazdas decided to go off-roading into the grass, and a couple of more make some serious damage onto their MX-5 Cup cars, as we'll try to get a replay of what happened. But I believe it started around where the number 3 of Carden Cochran, just in front of him. I think it actually happened right where Presley Sora was. Or Derek Rice, actually, in the 62. He had some trouble and had a little helping hand.
Oh, man. That was a big serving.
A big helping hand of serving, and we're getting ready to see what will happen here tonight. Chrome Horn is being utilized quite well here at the Nashville Fairgrounds quarter mile, as we will see just another great Saturday night short track action. Of course, we kind of talked earlier before the race started, Terry, that these tuner cars, these MX-5s, remind us of the bomber class that we would see at any local short track, little 4-cylinder cars that we just absolutely get a good laugh and exciting racing no matter what. As the field is now under caution once again here, we're going to probably be going back with less than 2 laps to go.
And then that's where the gloves are off. Sorry, Martin, they're going to take their gloves off here. But you got some of the best. You talked about Parker. Finished second in the Legends race. He's leading it, and he got it, off a good break. He got up there, a little bit of spin the tires. But then you got Jordan Spoon. Aggressive. We got to see aggressive here.
Certainly is. As the pace car lights are off, we're about to turn them loose. The gloves are off. Who's going to take home the belt from Terry as they work their way out of turn number 4? Green flag is out, and we are back underway here as they dive it down into turns 1. Parker Retzlaff holds on to the race lead as they're beating and banging for second. Here to come out of turn number 2 is going to be Hesnault, who will hold on to second, but here comes Sora to the inside. He'll turn him through turns 3 and 4. He's out. White flag is in the air.
I think he just meant to rattle his cage, but Parker has got it. You see the wheels, the back wheels lifted off the ground when he comes through the corners. He'll come through turns 3 and 4 from second to first in your heart. He wins the Mazdas.
As Barney the flagman waves the checkered flag, Parker Retzlaff wins the tuner class here at the fairgrounds.
That was some impressive driving for Parker, I'm not going to lie to you.
I got to give a round of applause to all of our top podium finishers for driving this car as we give you the final results here tonight. Parker Retzlaff, your race winner, followed by Presley Sora in second place. Jeff McConey, we talked to him during pre-race. He finishes third, followed by Derek Kraus in fourth. Jordan Spoon will come home fifth, followed by Christian Peterson in sixth position. Jay Blankman will come home in seventh, followed by Latham Joyner in eighth. Derek Rice comes home ninth, and Peyton Hamlet rounds out your top 10.
Yeah, 11th. You got James Watson. Oh gosh, I'm gonna just butcher this name. The 68 of Guillaume Hazelnut is in 12th. Jake Silva in 13th. Cameron Aubernon is in 14th. Miles Morse, Oliver Cordell, Carden Cochran, Joey Manwich. I think that's wrong too. Jonathan Smith and Steele Langford route down to your top 20.
Zach Coyer also will come home in 21st here tonight. He did not finish the race, as well as your top 3 go and celebrate their victory and their podiums here. And we now have our race winner, Parker Retzlaff. Parker, you finish in 2nd in the Legends, but you capitalize on a win here in the MX5s. How was racing out there for you?
I mean, I've never done this before. I had a lot of fun in that. I had a lot more fun than I expected to have in that.
We noticed that a couple of times you were up on 2 wheels at some points, practically just drifting out of the corners. What could you say about the difficulty of these cars on this combination?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely had to. If you hit the line wrong at all, you definitely didn't have as much drive off as anybody else. So I figured out that you had to be as close as you could to the bottom. It gave you the best drive off. So yeah, I'm guessing I had to drive over that bump a couple times, and I was on 2 wheels, but that's where all the speed was.
Well, before we let you go, Parker, anyone you would like to say thank you to?
I just have to say thank you to Ponsley, Eco Tracks, Iron Horse Lockers. I know my parents are watching. Ari for always watching all my races. My whole family, he's all watching, and you guys are putting the whole thing on.
Of course, that is your Martin Sports winner here tonight in the tuner class, Parker Retzlaff. And as we see these field of drivers now going off to celebrate or switching out to a different car, we're going to take a commercial break, switch out a couple things, but when we come back, it's time to get the street stocks out. That's next here on the All-American Esports 400 weekend, live on Podium Esports.
Well, you want to be the best. You can't settle for the rest. There's a reason that Makoni Setup Shop is trusted by more virtual and real-world tracks and companies than any other setup shop in iRacing. With partners such as Stafford Motor Speedway, the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, Five Flags Speedway, Speed 51, and more. When you want something done right, you go to the experts at Makoni Setup Shop.
With setups available for most series on both asphalt and dirt, built by a team of professional builders consisting of some of the top talents on the service, Makoni Setup Shop LLC has what you need to hit the track with confidence. Head over to MakoniSetupShop.com and learn why Makoni Setup Shop is the official setup shop of Richmond Raceway Esports and is partnered with some of the largest names in virtual and real racing.
And remember, at Makoni Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
This is iRacing, the world's premier online racing game. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat to experience today's newest form of competitive motorsport, virtual racing, all from your home PC. Race virtually in indoor series from NASCAR, IndyCar, IMSA, the World of Outlaws, Aussie Supercars, and more. Take on legendary circuits like Daytona, Silverstone, and the Nürburgring. Join iRacing's global online racing community and get on track today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back to Podium Esports coverage of the All-American Esports 400 weekend, night number 1. We've already got 2 races down. We have 2 to go as the street stock class is about to go underway here. Practice and qualifying are going on right now as we have a very special guest. And it's the presenting sponsor of this weekend's event from Martin Sports. It's Scott Martin, and he is going to be talking to none other than the Macho Man himself, Terry Radford.
Oh, it's a Macho Man. Scott, you got awesome gloves here. What is it like being with Makoni here?
You guys didn't see that coming, did you?
I was hoping for some beef in here. I mean, we got beef everywhere else. Let's get some beef here going. So listen here, brother. You took Miss Elizabeth from me, and you got these awesome gloves out there. And the Macho Man endorsed these gloves, by the way. The patriotic American red, white, and blue stuff. You are a real American. What's it like putting your name on this right here and having such an awesome broadcast?
Ah, dude, it's pretty cool. Guys at Podium are, they're the pros at this, so it's nice to sit back and watch it. Absolutely having a fun time watching you tonight, my man. Well done.
I've never been called a pro, but it sounds good in my ears.
Looks good on a resume, too. You can quote me. Just put it in there.
Everybody in the chat heard that. He definitely said Terry's a pro. From this one going on, you got this awesome stuff with Makoni, with the Makoni Setup Shop, the paint shop. You got some shirts, some gloves. What else can we see you doing on the horizon here?
Well, we're working on a Sim Sock product. We just came out with our Sim Shorts, and then we're going to do the suit, man. We're going to give everybody a lightweight, easy-to-wear indoor suit, fully custom. We're just going to bring all of the racing attire into the home and make it comfortable to wear and functional,
Well, you heard it from Scott Martin himself. If you want the lightest weight gloves, shorts, and suit, hopefully it's a 6-piece that Dylan Conley wears. Makoni's Scott Martin Sports, baby, for 25% off. Man, I got Jeff Makoni. He's in the races, man. It's all about. He's in the race. I'm looking at his number. We love you, man. You're a national treasure.
Well, I appreciate that. I do. Thank you very much.
We love you, Taylor. Anything for the legend?
Well, of course, the legend himself, Scott Martin. Scott, I gotta say, what do you think about with this wonderful weekend of celebrating the All-American 400 coming up later on this year and racing at Nashville in the virtual world? This is our second year doing this.
It's really cool, and to see the racetrack come on board and make it that much more official, that's pretty exciting to be part of anything like that. I'm just some redneck from up in Michigan. We don't have cool racetracks, so tonight I get to hang out at a neat one and be part of it.
You certainly do, and we got a lot more racing still to come with the street stocks and the electrifying 87 cars that are coming out to run the 5/8 mile.
Yeah, I had one of those in high school.
Oh my goodness, that's going to be so much fun to watch you have fun with.
Oh no, I'm not driving this weekend.
You're not.
Buddy.
Oh, we got to get you behind the wheel of one of these cars.
No. I'm just going to
in the chat,
hashtag
let Scott Martin race. This would be incredible.
No. No, I'm good, man. Sponsoring this one, don't need to make a fool out of myself. I make amazing gloves. I do not make amazing TV when I'm racing, so it's all good.
Well, we appreciate your amazing gloves, and who knows, we may get you on here and let you have some fun on the track, but thank you once again from Martin Sports, Mr. Scott Martin, the legend himself, as we have to say thank you to that.
Well, thank you guys. You do a great job. You have a good weekend. Enjoy every minute of it.
We certainly will. Make sure to use the code word PODIUM for 25% off on any in-stock gloves. Go to martinsports906.com for more information. As we see, qualifying is underway. And I got to say, when he mentioned suits, Terry, I literally was so excited because that's one of the things I've been noticing with a lot of companies like that. They're utilizing suits, and that's important because some of these drivers who work their way through using virtual racing, they actually are racing in real life sometimes. So they want to go out there and have something to protect themselves while out there on the track.
To be honest with you, when I'm sitting behind my wheel and I'm racing, I really sweat like the Macho Man. It's ridiculous. I could use one of those suits just to sit in here and just stay as cool as possible. The shorts sound awesome too. I'm a big shorts fan to show off the tats. Nothing better here.
Nothing better indeed, as we are seeing qualifying underway right now. Parker Retzlaff, once again, your honorary pole sitter right now, as he has a time of a 14.628. Oliver Cordell is second, Jordan Spoon third, Latham Joyner and Jake Sylvia rounding out your top five. A couple of cars still waiting to complete their lap times, as we have 24 times currently out on the track. We're waiting for two more to where we'll have 26 cars out on the racetrack here tonight. Derek Kraus now goes to the top of the board with a 14.618 in that number 10. As we see Derek Kraus on the track. Trying to pull up a little bit of information about him.
Yeah, ain't that racing?
I believe
truck?
it is.
Yeah, the truck guy.
I wanted to confirm first and foremost before I said anything. I was thinking it was, but it is, of course, NASCAR Camping World Truck Series driver Derek Kraus, who's out there on the track. We have ourselves a couple of NASCAR up-and-coming future stars. Derek Kraus, Parker Retzlaff out on the track. It's going to be exciting to see these two tussle it out in the street stocks, the beating and banging, and also, Terry, with the new damage model, it's just going to get even more exciting.
Oh, man, I'm going to be more excited than an open buffet at a KFC for this one. All of these drivers are going to be chasing Derek Kraus. And I'm not going to say I'm going to hold a grudge toward the 10. I did bet on him one time, legally, by the way, in the state of Kentucky. He cost me a little bit at Talladega. I was kind of upset. I was heartbroken. I really thought the 19 Napa was going to take it on home. Didn't happen. But Derek Kraus, I still cheer for you, my man.
Well, hopefully he can maybe help you redeem himself by getting a win here tonight in the street stock class as we watch, I believe that's the 22 of Richard Malungani in the number 22, a very black and yellow fiery street stock, as it looks like he will call off his qualifying attempt.
Still like what the McConey guys did. They put William Hale's face all over their cars to show the amazing man who put this together. This is going to be hot.
Speaking of McConey setup shops, we have one of their drivers, Mr. Jordan Spoon. And Jordan, I got to say, we got to talk about William Hale's face all over y'all's race cars. What's the deal? What's the deal with that? Come on.
So Derek jokingly was like, Will, I'll run your races if we can put, well, he said if he can put Will's face all over the car, which then turned into Will's face on my car and Will's face on Jeff's car. So now all three of us have Will's face that we are carrying around for his wonderful event tonight. So that's how it came to be.
Well, you know what? It's exciting. Your thoughts on this whole weekend that we have planned out here at the virtual Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway?
I love it. I ran it last year, and I thought it was an awesome event. And when I heard about it this year, we started talking about it. We were like, we got to do it again. So I think it's great. It's a cool how he ties it into the real world and how he can kind of get everything together. And it's just fun to run all the support races. I think are the most fun. But it's a good time.
It certainly is. Well, good luck out there tonight, Jordan, as we now give you tonight's starting lineup. And it's a NASCAR 1-2. Derek Kraus, Parker Retzlaff on the front row. And then it's Oliver Cordell, followed by Christian Peterson in row number 2. Rounding out your top 6, it is none other than Jordan Spoon and Latham Joyner.
See right here, Jake Silva running the third race. Tyler Davila. And then Zach Coyer, Jeffrey McConey in those beautiful Martin Sports gloves going to be in 10th. Peyton Hamlin and Steele Lankford rounding out the top 12.
Moving on to 13th position, we'll find Presley Sora and Cardin Cochran in row 7. Derek Rice and Jonathan Smith round out row 8 with Joey Mazowicz and James Watson in row 9.
Oh, man, I get the name again. Guillaume Hazelnut, Richard McGunney, and William George, Sean Pennington, Miles Morse, and Cameron Aubernon rounds out the top 12.
Jason LeDuc and Jay Blankman round out your 26-car field. Guillaume as well as Richard, we apologize for Terry, but we do love him very much.
It's like when you first learn the Hooked on Phonics and you're sitting there and you're flipping through the books and you're like, man, apple, and then you're clapping it like the syllables. If you hear me clapping, I don't know your name.
So let's see how many times we hear Terry clapping when he's having to pronounce a name. Then we'll know for sure. As the pace car will make that hard left turn out of harm's way down on pit road. Barney the flag man, he's back at it once again, waving the green flag as we are underway. Jarrett Kraus, Parker Retzlaff side by side as they enter turn 1. Kraus gets the advantage. Contact though off of turn 2 as Retzlaff moves up the track. That's going to open the door for Oliver Cordell as they dive it into turn 3 and 4. Derek Kraus has the opening as he comes across the line. He'll lead lap number 1 and shut the door on Oliver.
Everybody chasing the NASCAR guy, wheel hopping all throughout the corner. 17, going to make a good run at it. You see Latham Joyner trying to get on the back bumper of the grills, and the only thing that goes through my head is that Nelly song. As he's bobbing and weaving through there, and like the shaking your tail feather.
Well, they are definitely shaking their tail feathers as they work their way, getting loose off corner exit into the corner. Big shaking right there as Parker Retzlaff gives the bump and run on Oliver as caution is out. Big contact right there. It's the 36 of Jason LeDuc. I don't know why. He could have easily moved out of the way, but he makes hard contact right there, and his night is done. As we will get a look here at a replay, but the iRacing iFlag caution is out for the first time here tonight after 4 laps have been completed. Big trouble there on the back straightaway as chaos ensues, and I believe Jeff McConey was involved in that one as well.
That's tough. You see it, look at them, just all going in the corner side by side, thinking that it's all good and dandy, and then not enough room. Everybody just can't check up enough when it's pinching.
Certainly cannot indeed, as we see the onboard here as they work their way through. They're on board with Presley Sora as he's trying to see if he can negotiate the chaos that ensues. This is the lap before he gets to the inside of the number 3C of Cardin Cochran. Dives it down. He's still side by side with him. And then you should see the incident just in front. Right. That must be the next lap then. As we'll try one more time as you're on board with Cardin. The Cold Beers cameras As
Does that say I love jerky?
I think it does say I love jerky, as he will actually make the contact with McConey.
I don't think Jerky likes McConey setup shop.
I don't think so either, but I'm pretty sure Williams' face was a little bit more excited and terrified when his car was getting spun around.
Probably looked like one of them M&Ms on the back of Kyle Busch's car where they're just sitting there screaming.
That's actually a good idea. They should have done that one for anything like that. That would have been hilarious. As the pace car is now off and we're back underway here. Derek Kraus with race lead once again. Parker Retzlaff on the outside as they dive it back into turns 1 and 2. Retzlaff, though, has to hold off Oliver Cordell, which Cordell might return the favor to Retzlaff this time, as they are still going to be side by side off of turn 4. And now Cordell will now have the inside advantage on the inside of turn 1. Parker Retzlaff moved up the racetrack. Will he shut the door on Joyner? The answer will be yes. And now Retzlaff is behind Cordell as they come out of turn number 4. Will we see the bump and run again, or will Cordell get the bumper to Derek Kraus as he's up on 3 wheels off of turn 2?
Yeah, caution's out. Right when I was about to say, man, that 17 was on him. He was just right there like butter, just pounding it. I was hoping to see, imagine the story on Twitter, down the road when people are tweeting and stuff, and you hear, this guy wrecked Derek Kraus. And then Derek Kraus just comes back and goes, racing, baby. That's how most of these people should take this. Like salt and water, just dissolve it.
Just dissolve it, indeed. But I'm thinking this will be a little bit more difficult to dissolve as we see some of the incident that happened here to bring out the second iRacing I-flag caution. The 78 goes around and then more chaos ensues. The 78 of Jake Sylvia caused that one, I believe.
Tough. That's tough. You just, like I said, you see all these cars coming out of these corners. Look at Hale's face. I like to picture Hale as this awesome lead singer of Leonard Skinner, and I'm in the front row in my Macho Man outfit, and I'm hammered, and we're just singing Freebird together. It's like tuned word for word. He's eyeballing me the entire time talking racing too.
He certainly is. I'm pretty sure he's trying to figure out what in the world you were saying on that one, as we are now still under caution once again. And just trying to get a look at that pink car on the track. He has a couple of faces on his street stock, as we are now going to go back green flag racing here. Green flag is out, and Kraus does not get the jump he wants, but is able to hold him off as Cordell will battle on the inside. Here comes Parker Retzlaff down to the inside as well as they work off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Side by side, they're beating and banging for second as the car is around.
Man. Car is around. Oh, goodness. Oh, man. That was synchronized swimming on the racetrack.
I don't know what the 64 was doing, but literally was not in the best spot whatsoever. And I want to get a look at this, because 64 literally could have just gone down pit road. Spins out the 90, or I believe that's the 98 of Presley Soro.
Oh, that's Manwich.
Seriously, just literally comes to a dead stop, doesn't move, and then just causes that. That is
he was coming for a sandwich.
I hope he is. And I hope he has enough to share with all the people who were involved in that incident.
I mean, I probably made him hungry, but he did it. I mean, that's tough. It's tough. He could have moved, but maybe he was thinking he was going to catch an open spot in the field, backing it up. Terry, the dude with the fireworks thing, getting him back on the track, but it didn't work for him. And here we sit, and carnage ensues. It was literally a demolition derby with these things.
Let's be honest, these cars are demolition derby style race cars that we see, as we are about to get the green flag once again, as we are just coming out of our third caution now. Green flag is back out. Kraus and Retzlaff lead him once again, as Retzlaff does not get the jump he needs as they dive it back into turns 1 and 2. Cordell will now go up to second. Joyner tried to get to the inside of Retzlaff, couldn't make it work though.
He's got 2x2 right there for the 4th place position. You see Joyner and Peterson, they're racing. Then you got a hornet's nest back here in the back. Everybody going for it. He's only the 42. He gets, or the 20, yeah, 42. That's what it says on my screen. He put the bumper to the 17, watched him all the way up the racetrack, got on around. The money's time, boys.
Cherry, I gotta ask. I mean, that's the second time that Retzlaff put the bumper to Cordell. How many more times does he think you got to put up with that before Cordell to realize, you know what, I can do that too?
Man, I'm telling you, he's going to get back to him, and you're going to see some all-out fighting. I mean, you want to talk about the Macho Man going out and fighting people in the ring. The 17 gets back bumper to that 42, and he's really going to make it work.
He certainly is, as we're under 10 laps to go here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Bull Ring. Bullfighting is happening here between some of the biggest names in racing here tonight as they work through turns 3 and 4. Lap traffic in front of your race leaders as they come out of 4 across the start-finish line. Derek Kraus has a 1 second lead as, a couple of cars go around in the middle of turns 1 and 2 as Mazowicz tries to avoid the chaos as the caution is out once again here tonight. The iRacing I flag as there you see, is that some poor William Hale in a Mickey Mouse hat? William, you got some explaining to do, my friend.
Oh my goodness. Wait, how did you just pronounce his name? Did you say Manuwitz?
Mazowicz.
Mazowicz. Man, I've been saying this wrong this whole time.
Has been.
My bad.
As that's Jeff McConey that goes around.
He was doing so good too.
He was, and now he's just stuck on the outside. Couldn't go. Didn't have an opening whatsoever. Poor William is just stuck there on the hood.
He's scared.
He was scared.
Get that boy some milk. Oh, that shot right there.
Some great camera angles provided by the great Dougie Beard. As we are under caution once again, your iRacing I flag caution as the iRacing pace car leads them once again. We're going to be coming back green flag racing. I believe it's going to be 3 laps to go when we see it. Maybe 4 laps. As the pace car will lead them down the back straightaway. The lights are off. We're going to turn them loose here. It's going to be 4 laps to go here at the Bull Ring. Out of turn 4, green flag is out. Derek Kraus gets another great jump. One car is around behind them, and it's a parking lot garage all across the track. Caution is out once again as Kraus beats Retzlaff before the caution comes out, as I believe tempers are flaring here. I see a couple of cars showing a little bit of displeasure regarding that incident.
Tempers are getting hotter than the brakes out here. Barney the flagman's arms getting numb. Look at him just waving. Hey man, he needs some flare-ly things on here like my outfit, just beating that flag down there. He's tired. Look, he's tired. He stopped.
He had to stop. He was so tired he was waving that thing.
Barney's the true hero. I've never seen a man wave the flag as hard as Barney can.
Well, Barney's a world traveler. I mean, 1 second he's here in Nashville, the next he's over in Germany with Porsche. The next he's actually got a doppelganger over in Kansas right about now with the MSRA series as well. So he's just our world traveler here on iRacing.
Love me some Barney. But I tell you, you talked about the Dougie Beard cameras. I actually didn't know he existed until the other night.
Well, now you know. He is a real human being.
I had no idea. Zero idea that he existed. I really thought that it was just our producer and like his alter ego. You know, like you got the Parker dude and Spider-Man and then whatever. And it happened. It was just a real dude.
Certainly is. As the checkered flag is out, we are going to end this race under caution. Derek Kraus wins your street stock division. As this is your Martin Sports winning moment, Derek Kraus takes home the checkered flag here, as it is a NASCAR 1-2 with Kraus and Retzlaff, as they're going to go double file just for, I guess, some funds right here to see who technically could win this.
Oh, wow, the best of the best come out.
Here they go. Chrome Horn is out, and around they go for a little fun and celebrations. Who's going to come out? Oh, Cordell actually gets away from all the chaos. As Retzlaff is on his roof, he's going to have to get a tow. And for the fun, I think Cordell will come across the line. Nope, he's going to stop and then go.
Oh, goodness.
We're all having fun here tonight. Okay, I love Eric's last Twitter post of William Hale. He's definitely having a bad night indeed.
I do feel bad for William. He's getting beat up. He's getting beat up pretty bad.
He is. I mean, I gotta say, William, he is also our race controller here tonight, our race director, and the one who came up with this idea. As we take a look at the results, Derek Kraus is your race leader, or race winner, as a matter of fact. Parker Retzlaff comes home in second, Latham Joyner third, Christian Peterson fourth, Tyler Davallo will come home fifth, Oliver Cordell 6th, Jordan Spoon 7th, Miles Morse 8th, Guillaume Hesnault will come home 9th, Jake Sylvia rounds out your top 10.
It's not on this page, thank you. Zach Coyer is in 11th, Steele Lankford, James Watson, Derek Rice, Jonathan Smith, Cameron Auburnon, yeah, and then, it is, Joey Mazowicz, Presley Sofa, Peyton Hamlin, and Carden Cochran in 20th.
Jeff McConey Richard Mulligani will come home 21st. Jeff McConey 22nd. Sean Pennington 23rd. Jason Leduc 24th. William George 25th. And Jake Blankman rounds out your 26 car field here tonight. As we will take a moment here as we get Derek Kraus ready. As we'll be seeing him coming up to the booth. Derek is not ready. We have a special guest joining us here. He is the founder, the main creator of Cold Beer Cameras. Zach Coyer joins us here. Zach, welcome up to the booth. You were out there on the track for the past 3 races. What was it like out there for you?
Man, I thought last race was going to be fun, but that turned into a nightmare. But overall, it's been a blast.
Well, talk to us a little bit about Cold Beer Cameras. What is that all about?
Well, it started about 4 or 5 years ago. We got a sponsor, and he initially got me a GoPro, and then we had such a good driver, it started catching on, and then I had the 5/8 mile guys ask me, and then I started traveling with it. So basically, it's just running cameras for all the local guys, all the small guys who want to see their in-car cameras and want to see a little bit of what they do.
Where can people go to utilize this amazing opportunity with Cold Beer Cameras?
We're on YouTube. All you got to do is search Cold Beer Cameras. It should pop up. Should be a picture of a race car and a bunch of other stuff. Like I said, I got GoPros from Legends cars, front runners, to CRA circuit, to the Pro Late models. I try to get a little bit of everybody, but we are on a YouTube. We're a YouTube strictly thing, and then we got a Facebook page, but all the videos go straight up to YouTube.
Well, Zach, we appreciate your time. Are you going to be running the 87 race as well as the 2 big shows tomorrow night?
I missed it in the LCQ for the super late models, but I will be in the pro late models, and I hope to do pretty good in these because these are the cars we run in real life. So I want to get up there and see what I can do. I thought I'd do it in the street stock, but couldn't get up there.
Well, Zach, good luck to you tomorrow night, and we look forward to seeing what you can do. And we have to say thank you for partnering with us with Cold Beer Cameras.
Thank you guys for putting it on, and thank everybody else who came out and watched, and everybody who's here racing and got on board.
Of course, that is Zach Coyer from Cold Beer Cameras. As that was really fun indeed. As we are going to take another commercial break, but don't worry, we're just moving some things around, getting ready for the big show here for tonight. The final race is coming up with the 87 Cup cars. You're watching the All-American eSports 400 live on Podium Esports.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. There's a reason that Makoni Setup Shop is trusted by more virtual and real-world tracks and companies than any other setup shop in iRacing. With partners such as Stafford Motor Speedway, the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, Five Flag Speedway, Speed 51, and more. When you want something done right, you go to the experts at Makoni Setup Shop.
With setups available for most series on both asphalt and dirt, built by a team of professional builders consisting of some of the top talents on the service, Makoni Setup Shop LLC has what you need to hit the track with confidence. Head over to MakoniSetupShop.com and learn why Makoni Setup Shop is the official setup shop of Richmond Raceway eSports and is partnered with some of the largest names in virtual and real racing.
And remember, at Makoni Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
This is iRacing, the world's premier online racing game. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat to experience today's newest form of competitive motorsport, virtual racing, all from your home PC. Race virtually in indoor series from NASCAR, IndyCar, IMSA, the World of Outlaws, Aussie Supercars, and more. Take on legendary circuits like Daytona, Silverstone, and the Nürburgring. Join iRacing's global online racing community and get on track today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back to Podium Esports coverage of the All-American Esports 400 at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, presented by Martin Sports. Of course, tonight's race, we are at the final race here tonight. The 87 Cup cars are now out on the track, and Perry, it's been an exciting race. It's been fun. I'm having fun. I know you are having fun here tonight. What can we say about so far tonight's racing action?
Well, it's always good when you're in Nashville. There's never a dull moment. The Music City Miracle, Darrell Waltrip being a baller like always. You get the Macho Man out here. I mean, it's been an incredible night. For all the people watching, if you haven't been entertained, I don't know what entertaining is. I mean, I look really good. I look better than Williams Hill's face on the Makoni guys' car. And
a lot better.
You let the champ does what the champ wants. Just remember that.
Certainly does. Funny story about William Hale, about the picture that is on Jeff Makoni's car right now. Apparently that was from his trip to Disney World. So, of course, that's a great opportunity and a beautiful picture of our race director and William Hale. I mean, it's hilarious. I gotta say, it's been fun racing overall. As practice is still finishing up here momentarily, we will see these cars battling it out. As here comes the beautiful pink, and that's the much more funnier thing, the pink chick magnet of William Hale.
Man,
now, just, it's a beautiful thing. It makes almost want to make a grown man cry, but to make the Macho Man want to cry a little.
Oh, gross. Yeah, it makes me want to throw up. Look at that. Look at that awful hoodie he's wearing. He could have wore any hoodie in the world. He could have put some beautiful orange on. You know what? He even could have wore crimson. But Vanderbilt, that's like a dirty diaper. And what really would have made that paint scheme better is Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears side by side, like the old Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
That would have been better. I will have to agree.
It's the only thing you could have done. Jeff,
Come on.
If you're racing tomorrow, JT and Brittany right there on the hood. My opinion, I think it'd be hot.
It would be. It would be pretty interesting and pretty fun to see on the track, I would have to say. But
somebody should put my face on the car tomorrow. They might win.
So, if they win tomorrow night with your face on the car,
I'll be here.
Well, I know you would have to interview the winner, hands down. Like, there is no take-backs on that. So if you're running in the big show tomorrow with the pro late models or the super late models, and if you put Terry Radford's face on your car, you will get the chance to talk to him if you win that race. So let's see if anyone will do that.
There's a lot of good painters out here, man.
There is a lot of good painters. And, you know, one thing we can have to say, if you want to get good paints, not paints that Jeff McConey is currently running right now, but if you want to get some great paints as well as great setups, then look no further than McConey Setup Shop. McConey Setup Shop is the home for iRacing setups. From short track racing to Class A intermediates, McConey Setup has it all. If you aren't already running a McConey Setup Shop setup, you're probably losing to someone who is. For more information, visit McConeySetupShop.com. And of course, one thing we got to talk about, though, is tonight is a night of having fun. But tomorrow, Terry, we're going to have fun, but also it's a much more pressure-filled race. It's the All-American eSports 400, 126 laps for the first race with the pro late models, and then we step it up to the big one at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. 300 laps with the super late models. It's the big show. It's the one everyone wants to win in the virtual world.
They get a guitar. I think we're skipping the fact the big show is serious because of the guitar. I mean, just imagine this. You're getting introduced in the All-American 400 at Nashville. You walk across that stage, you pull the guitar out, you start playing some Bob Seger, some Skinner, some Toby Keith, maybe a little Kid Rock at a Waffle House. Who knows? You play something crazy. Crowd goes wild. You got a mullet. Beers get drank. It's going to be a good time. Somebody's going to play me a tune.
Somebody is going to be playing a tune. And of course, if you want to learn more information regarding the great race at the Nashville Fairgrounds, the All-American 400, make sure to go visit the website, NashvilleFairgroundsSpeedway.racing, and then just look up the All-American 400. It's going to be a great time. A lot of great people are looking forward to this race, and a lot of big names in the short track racing community will be out there to race at this great and historic race that will be happening Sunday, October 31st. That's next week. Terry. We got to get ready for it.
You got to be ready. I mean, the fans. Who? Kid Rock is the Grand Marshal. Oh my goodness. The man, the Waffle House legend is the Grand Marshal. I've always wondered, and I know this is off topic because we're about a minute or so from going here, just what he smells like. Is it stale Waffle House and cigars, or is it whiskey, cigars with a little bit of Marlboro Red? I've always been curious, but if anybody wants to go to a Ken Rock show with me, that would be cool.
It just shows you, Terry, how big the All-American 400 is. Of course, all of the racing action starts Wednesday, October 27th with the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Then on the 28th is the race weekend welcome party, as well as where the haulers will be parking their cars to get things ready. Then it's Championship Friday on Friday, October 29th, where the limited late models, street stocks, pure stocks, front runners, legends, and bandoleros, they will crown their track champions. Saturday is the All-American Saturday, where the Super Lates, Pro Lates, CRA Street Stock Series, and the Boyers Compact Touring Series will be out. And then it's the big show, Sunday, October 31st, the All-American 400, with the Super Lates and the Pro Lates.
I'm very upset with the comment sections out there.
What did they...
Kid Rock is not overrated. I don't know if I can say this or not, but he is the American badass. He's the true cowboy, the latter or the modern day saint, all right? He's everything to us trailer park folk. He's everything we've ever wanted. I remember sitting up there in the double wide and just blaring Cowboy like crazy. And I mean, that was it. And yeah, the Undertaker came out. He was the American Badass too. And that song was just, it was there. It's everything you wanted. You come cruising down the street, you know, you got a little Ice Cube, little 2 Chainz, Kid Rock. And that's the top 3.
Certainly is, as qualifying is now underway here for your 87 Cup cars. Of course, that's one of the great things that iRacing, along with Dale Earnhardt Jr., were able to come up with these 2 great manufacturers, the 1987 Chevy Monte Carlo, along with the 1987 Ford. As we're only running the 1987 Chevy Monte Carlo, a great addition to the iRacing service that came out last. I gotta say, it's pretty cool to see historic Cup cars on iRacing. We had some other great historic cars on iRacing beforehand, but it's time to get a little love to the NASCAR side of things.
Yeah, that's got to my bread and butter over here. I've won a couple of these late model things because I got a setup from McConey Setup Shop, and I also wanted a pair of Martin Sports gloves. So that's 2 impressive things that I have feeded here as the broadcaster. But these guys and girls are out here putting on a show, and it's time to see the hardest cars to drive. We saw them in the Retro 500. We're going to see them right here at this historic racetrack.
Of course, the 1987 Cup cars that you see out on the track, they're supposed to mimic the lower series of the CRA Street Stock Series that you will be seeing at the actual Nashville Fairground Speedways next week for the All-American 400 week. Leading up to this, so it's a great way to utilize some interesting cars and to combinations with the Nashville Fairgrounds in preparation for the event next week, as a couple of cars are out on the track. Parker Retzlaff, your provisional pole sitter, with a 19.273, almost a little over 2/10 faster than Oliver Cordell with a 19.520.
I wonder when Kraus is going to come out there. I saw him just a second ago. He was spun out over there, but looking at these times, 3/10 faster for Redcliffe over Cordell. That's a ton. That's a ton to make up. To equivalent that in Kid Rock terms, that's 12 packs of beer and 2 cigars right there in seconds.
That is a big difference right there.
It's huge.
Huge difference indeed, as we're seeing Steele Langford now move up to second place with a 19.491 in that number 18. A great qualifying, and the throwback to the great, none other, the Kodiak 33. As we see a couple of throwback paint schemes out there on the track, as Christian Peterson is trying to see if he'll go out on the track. Carden Cochran is on the track now in that number 3 CW. So he gets a little bit squirrely off of turn 4. That's a 20.365 last time around. His best time's a 19.649. Good enough for P10 right now, as he's trying to remain focused. As you see the onboard camera, of course, the onboard provided by Cold Beer Cameras, a great partnership. We talked to Zach Coyer before this race started, and it's got to say, it's a pretty cool idea that Zach came up with in order to help out these drivers who are wanting to learn and be able to apply that trade for the next race to be better off and maybe take home that checker flag.
Yeah, a lot of these guys and girls are putting it all out there. I mean, these times are relatively close to one another. You got a couple that are about 2/10 away, 3/10, going all the way down to almost a full second off the pace. But they really are putting on a good show out here for the fans, and I'm hoping this race is better than Vanderbilt's defense, because nothing gets broken up in that one.
Certainly does indeed, as we are watching them on here. And of course, as they work their way down here, this is Christian Peterson in the number 23. Trying to, or actually, yeah, car 23 out on the track, trying to see if he can pick up a couple of more tenths. And right now, he is currently sitting in the 3rd position with a 19.500. He comes off of turn 2 down the back straightaway for his final lap as he works his way through. off of turn number 4. Will he improve his lap time to challenge for the pole? Out of 4 for the final time. Does not improve whatsoever to a 19.681. As with that, I believe qualifying is over, so we will give you your starting lineup for tonight's final race. 20 cars on the track, and it is none other than Parker Retzlaff who will sit on the pole, followed by Steele Langford in second. Christian Peterson will be starting in the row number 2 with Oliver Cordell starting 4th. 5th place goes to Tyler Zavala, followed by Presley Sora, rounding out your top 6.
You got Jay Blankman right there starting row 4. Jeffrey McConey right outside of him. Jordan Spoon, Carden Cochran, Peyton Hamlin, and Joey Mazowicz.
Jonathan Smith will start in row 7 with Guillaume Hesnault in row 7. Zach Goyer will be starting in row 8 with William George. Sean Pennington and Derek Kraus round out in row 9.
Out there, you got Derek Rice and Jason LeDuc. And I said that right, LeDuc.
Well, Terry, qualifying is over. We're about to see these cars go for 50 laps under the lights, the final race. It's been fun, but we got to ask for your final time. Who is your pick for tonight's race?
From the back to the front, Derek Kraus.
That is a good pick to keep an eye on. That number 7 out on the track. Derek Kraus is going to be one to watch. I'm going to go with someone different. Oliver Cordell. He's hungry. He's been up towards the front all race long. Keep an eye on that number 17. Well, actually, Cordell's driving a much more a Rainbow Warrior, number 24, out on the track, actually. So, apologies on the numbers.
These cars out here got some Gordon schemes. Got a couple little more throwbacks out here. God, I can't put my name on the 33. Who's that one? The old one. The old dude.
Steele Langford.
No. The paint scheme throwback. It's one of the old dudes.
That's the Rusty Wallace paint scheme.
Yeah, I know somebody else ran something close to that, didn't they?
That's the only person I can think of who ran that 33 Kodiak Pontiac. Well, it's a Chevrolet, of course, but he's got the Pontiac logo on the nose of that car.
I'll think about it later. See who else? It looks like a Tim Richmond scheme on the 23. A lot of good-looking hot rods out here.
Definitely a lot of good-looking hot rods in those Chevrolet Monte Carlos. As the field lines up behind the iRacing pace car, Barney the Flagman will have one more job. His brother Barry has been leading the field in these pace cars all night long, and he has much more work to do, as he'll have 2 more races to do in Nashville tomorrow night for the 2 feature races. The Pro Late and Super Late models will battle it out tomorrow night starting around 6 p.m. as the lights are off, as Barry the pace car driver will pull onto pit road and turn these drivers loose here for the next 50 laps.
Get word that McConey has parked his gloves. The Mickey Mouse Clubhouse team not going to go to victory lane tonight. That's disappointing, Taylor.
That is very disappointing. We should protest that matter, but Barney the Flagman has the green flag in the air. Green flag is out. We are underway, and Parker Retzlaff gets a great jump over Steele Langford as they dive it down into turns 1 and 2. Oliver Cordell will move up to P2 with Christian Peterson trying to battle on the 3rd position. Down the back straightaway here, you'll see Retzlaff, Cordell, and Langford, your top 3 car around. That's the 3 of none other than Carden Cochran around, and more chaos ensues as Zach Goyer has trouble, and William George, as Matjewicz is also having trouble at 64.
I ain't going to try to go back with that one, but he was pushing him. He was the bun to his man, which just shoved him around the track. 33 gets in the wall right there on the initial jump of this race going on here. 64 gets the back bumper of the 3. Ooh, man. Tried to mix the ingredients together to make a manwich.
It's not how you make a manwich, as unfortunately Matjewicz just has more trouble as the 2 of William George just pushes him as you're on board with Mashewitz. Heading into turn 3, makes the bump, thought about it, couldn't make it work, and more contact ensues. Big contact for the 31 of Zach Hoyer, who had a tough break right there as he's on pit road now. As you're on board here with the Cold Beers camera on board and down pit road, boom, contact right there, around he goes, and thankfully I don't think he's using VR headsets, otherwise that would be a very dizzying experience.
Still don't know how people use those VR things. I barely want to look at my TV half the time.
Well, of course, tonight's iRacing iFlag caution is brought to you by iRacing iFlag. You use promo code PODIUMFAN to get 15% off any iRacing iFlag product. So visit them at iRacingIFlag.com. A lot of great stuff on there to utilize to help improve your sim racing experience. 4 laps completed. I believe the pace car lights are going to be off as Barry, the pace car driver, will pull down pit road. Barney the flagman will wave the green flag once again. Parker Retzlaff, Oliver Cordell, they've been battling all night. Green flag is back out. We're underway here at the Nashville Fairgrounds. As the flashing of cameras, the excitement is happening here tonight as they battle on down the back straightaway. Cordell drops to third. He's battling with Peterson as Steele Langford moves up to second. Here comes Peterson to the inside. He will pass Cordell. And it's trouble for Langford. He'll go around. More cars around behind them. Caution is out once again for the second time. The iRacing iFlag caution out again.
Man, and we started the night with one cone death. Poor cone, minding his own business, trying to slow people down, gets wiped out. All harm, and then we come here and it really is starting to become like Vanderbilt's defense in the backyard of the Music City. Just carnage, just pure carnage. It's hard to keep a hold of these things in the center of the corner. You touch the gas, you barely shift into it, goes around in the blink of an eye.
I don't think the cone carnage is not as bad as it was last night with the PCA Sim Racing Series. Over almost 1,000 cones lost their lives that night. As we're on board with Jordan Spoon, as we will see what happened to poor Williams' face as he enters into turn 3 and 4, and around he goes. He keeps it a little bit more calm, cool, and collective compared to the last time.
We need justice for the cones. Hashtag love the cones. Hale's not getting any love here tonight. He's like on a roller coaster at Disney World. Just goes up. He's got all the emotions, and then boom, back down to earth he goes. Oh man, 68 got pancaked. That's tough. It's a tough break.
Tough break indeed for several cars here tonight, as Jonathan Smith will receive the EOL penalty for that incident, as the pace car lights are off here, and we're about to lift the iRacing iFlag caution to go back green flag racing. Through turn 3 and 4, pace car is off. Barney the flagman has the green flag once again. Let's try this again here. Green flag is out. Parker Retzlaff gets another great jump over the field as they head back into turns 1 and 2. Retzlaff has about a car length advantage. Peterson on the outside ahead of Oliver Cordell down the back straightaway, as we see Presley Sora sit in the 4th position. Battle for 5th happening right now.
You got battle for 5th going on side by side. 19's going to go around. Tough break for the 19. He collects it though. He saved it. Now you just see this big cluster back here in the back, like one of those goo-goos. Everybody jockeying for position, trying to rebound from the initial start.
They certainly are, as we have completed 10 laps here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. 40 laps to go when they come to the line here as they rocket it off of turn 4 back into turn 1 here. This track here, we're now on the 5/8 mile, is so unique because you can carry a lot of speed if you are able to position yourselves in the corners so well. And you can be running the inside, but pretty soon we'll see these drivers move up to that middle lane to help build that momentum for them as the run progresses. That big trouble for Oliver Cordell. Hard contact into the wall. Will he save it? No, as the caution is out once again. A tough break for one of our front runners here tonight.
His paint got mixed. That's what happened. Just twirled it like in one of those machines and just shook the paint up. Look at him. Just slipping, sliding, beating the wall. Boom! Tries to hold it. Inside wall takes him. and that dude punts all over the wall.
It certainly does. He was not punted, though, by the looks of it. It was just all loss of control for himself. As he almost saved it, sends it down, and Presley Sora was almost... he does get collected, and unfortunately, I think it's safe to say that that DuPont does not like jerky.
I don't think paint and jerky go together.
No, it doesn't, but I'm pretty sure now that I'm starting to wonder now, does our driver Oliver Cordell not like jerky? Because he did look like he tried to get that jerky car out of the race with that contact.
I'm a huge fan of jerky. It's probably one of my favorite things there.
The iRacing iFlag caution is out once again here, as we've completed 13 laps here. 50 laps is the full distance here tonight. Of course, there is no green-white checkered attempts. It will be from lap 50, so we will have either the race end under caution or end under checkered flag. One way or another, we will declare a winner after 50 laps have been completed.
Oh my goodness, this is fun. But I tell you, promo code PODIUM for 25% off any glove in stock at martinsports906.com. I got a pair. Macho Man loves to wear them when he races. And Taylor, I don't know about you, but those gloves make me feel like an 18-year-old.
I don't know how to take that, but we'll go with that. It makes you feel young again?
Something like that, yeah. My bones hurt.
Hopefully those gloves will help comfort and support your bones when driving.
They do. They help my wrists. Got good wrist support.
Good to hear. Good to hear. As the pace car is off the track, we're about to go back green flag racing. Barney the Flagman hard at work here tonight. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Parker Redcliffe, another great jump in that number 42 as he dives it into turns 1 and 2. Double file, though, from second on back as they work their way out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway.
Down the back straightaway, you see him from second on back, jockeying for position. The I love jerky scheme of Presley trying to work his way to the front. I'm sure he loves wins just as much as he loves jerky. He's getting to the side of Christian Peterson. We've seen him be fast. He's riding that high side. It's exactly what he wants to come in.
Trouble for car 33. He went around that steel Langford, but was able to continue on here as they rocket off of turn 4 to complete lap number 17 across the line. And down back into turn 1, Parker Redcliffe has pulled out to about a half a second. Caution is out, though, once again. Peyton Hamlet and William George stuck at the outside wall in that number 2. The iRacing iFlag caution is out once again. As we'll take a look at the replay to see what happens. Keep an eye on the 2. As he just gets loose, makes contact with the 3, makes contact with also I believe that's the 31 of Zach Coyer as well. And unfortunately for William George, he was not able to get going back quick enough, and that will cause the next iRacing iFlag caution. I've lost count of how many we've had. I believe this is number 4 or 5.
Man, I'm just as lost. I mean, we're having so much fun out here calling this race. You've got a lot of hard chargers up front. Redcliffe's been amazing. Peterson's moving up. Presley's coming into the thing. You got Blackman, Davala. All of these guys starting to come up through the field. It's starting to become a spectacle. We're 20 laps into it, and we really can't pick a clear-cut favorite other than saying that Parker's going to go win another one.
Certainly indeed. As we watch here, we want to say thank you to all of you who are watching on the Bearded Sim Racers Twitch channel here on Podium Esports, as well as on iRacing.com/live, along with Twitch or our Twitter, as well as Facebook. Please make sure to come follow, subscribe, and for more great racing content, as tomorrow's the big show where we crown the All-American 400 Esports champion. As we got a lot of things happening. Of course, the winner not only just gets the chance to get... Do you have your championship belt? There's Jordan Spoon wondering what in the world's going on once again. But the champion, the Macho Man, Terry Radford, what do they win tomorrow if they win the All-American Esports 400?
Oh, man. They're going to be coming out here strumming it. Oh, he took it off. I was strumming the thing.
Green flag. Well, they do get a guitar. They get to go to the All-American 400 the following week as the green flag is out, and big trouble.
Oh, man. The paint got thrown all over the track.
We might need to clean up on turn number 1 as there's a major paint spillage there with that DuPont Chevrolet. As we'll take a look at the replay presented by Team 128 Racing, or 126 Racing, my apologies. As we see here, Cordell, he doesn't like to be shaken. He prefers to be stirred, but unfortunately, he just got splattered.
Oh, gosh.
And up on 2 wheels. Did a nose stand.
Get the tide. Where's the tide at?
Where's a good tide when you need it? So we're going to have to do a little cleanup here as... Are you having fun, Terry? That's the most important thing.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah. I was cheering the wreck. It was, it got me flowing. I just got Tennessee scored again. So we're in the game with the big team, and we're speaking of Tide. Tennessee's getting close to being the Tide now.
Oh, that's going to be interesting, but we got still some more great action happening in Tennessee right now as we are getting ready to see who will win the final race here tonight as the 87 Chevrolet Cup cars are trying to get themselves organized. We just are about to cross over into the halfway points, 26 laps to go as the lights are out.
It's got a strong, boys. Little Hogan style. Get the glasses.
Little Hogan style.
Yeah, and sit there just talking. I wish I had the Slim Jims, but
that would have been more better on that matter.
Because you got to snap into them.
You do have to snap into a Slim Jim. Well, hopefully someone will snap into a win here tonight as Barney the Flagman waves the green flag once again, and we're back here underway at Nashville. Down into turn 1, Parker Retzlaff holds on to the race lead once again, but here comes Christian Peterson. He's hot on the case as he comes off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. He wants to see if he can end the reign of Parker Retzlaff. Off of turn 4, he's closed the gap to less than a car length.
Yeah, he's trying to pass out some bumps like Halloween candy. I think if Peterson can get to the back bumper of Retzlaff, it's going to be an all-out knockdown fight. Can the 23 make the run at the 42 here? It's going to be interesting to see. Off the corner, he can't beat him, but going into there, he kind of sails it in there, drives it up the track, and he's on it, man.
Ooh, gets a little loose off turn 4, has lost a little bit of time now to Parker Retzlaff as we have a new driver in 3rd position. That's the 20 of Tyler Davala, who's now battling with Presley Sora in the 98. Jordan Spoon watches on in 5th position as they have a 3-car battle for 3rd. They're closing in as Derek Rice as well as Jonathan Smith watches on as you're on board with Derek. He's got a front row seat to the action happening in front of him as he dives it into turns 3 and 4. With those spooky, I'm hoping those are Martin Sports gloves.
Yeah, I'm hoping they are too. That's a good little Halloween gift to give out, especially on a couple of things we could do. But the hood's scarier than the gloves. You got the pit vipers on up there on those glasses. Really good looking, I'm telling you. He's quickly becoming one of my favorites. But look at how they're bobbing in the corners. Look at what Jordan Spoon's doing. He just bobs and weaves throughout this. The wheel just steadily kicking on him. I mean, even with the great McConey setup shop setups here, they're still just bumping through these things. It's really like you got a big bass system in there, and you're kicking it to some Ice Cube.
You certainly are, as he's trying to hold on for dear life with these cars as they work their way down the back straightaway, heading into turns 3 and 4. Retzlaff has pulled it out to about a second as Peterson gets a little loose off in the middle of turns 3 and 4. That's going to open the door for Presley Sora and Jordan Spoon to get on the action. Battle for P2 now as they dive into 1.
The leader's gone. It's a race for second. You see William Hill's face pushing the back of that jerky scheme. Ooh, he gets loose off the exit. Look at him, wheeling it. That's Earnhardt style. He almost passed him on the wall. Look at him. He's up there against it.
As he's holding on for dear life, William Hale on for a roller coaster ride here. A little bit more crazier than a Disney World ride, I would have to say, as him and the 62 of Derek Rice are battling it out. The two teammates are battling as they enter into turn 3.
It's a small, small world, as they say around there. You got the William Hill faces battling one another, watching cars sliding off the exit. Look at the focus in their eyes. It really looks like they're going into a World Heavyweight Championship match. Hell in a Cell, Mick Foley, Mankind, Undertaker. It's on, baby.
Yeah, you certainly can feel the electricity is in the air between these drivers as they battle it out, heading down into turn 1 on board with Jordan Spoon. There's the 20 of Davala trying to hold on, but the outside just not able to make it stick for him. He will lose that spot, move Spoon up to 4th.
Spoon is slurping them like soup, getting around all the way up to the 4th place position. The back bumper's worse than the front on this cold beer camera. Oh my goodness, I can't keep up with William Hill's face. It's haunting me.
Haunting you more than the Haunting Mansion?
Haunting me like the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Well, hopefully we will end the nightmare before Christmas here pretty soon as we continue on here on board with Cochran, as you are seeing here with the cold beer camera. Onboard camera right here. The focus on Cochran as he tries to work his way up through the field. Currently sitting in 10th position right now, off of turn 4, trying to chase down the 68 of Guillaume Helsnot, who is in front of him in the Frascar Chevrolet out of turn 2. Down the back straightaway, Parker Retzlaff has no issues. He's 2.4 seconds ahead as Peterson holds on to 2nd. Presley Sora rounds out your top 3 as we have completed 38 laps, 12 laps to go here. As the 62 has a problem, that's Derek Rice. He gets loose, loses a couple of spots.
Dude, he's slipping like he's on ice right now. It's like Rockefeller in Nashville. We don't get cold here, but if we did, Taylor, I know the best damn snowblower out there is Sora. Spoon, he's trying to slurp up some more. Can he get around Sora here for the 3rd place position?
Well, who is the best snowblower in the world then?
I think it's named Larea or something like that.
LaRue. It's
LaRue.
You got to get that
LaRue.
right. LaRue snowblower is the best snowblowers in the world. Make sure to go check them out as you see Jordan Spoon battling here, trying to chase down Presley Sora to get on the podium.
There's a cat.
There is what?
There's a cat. He's got a cat in there racing for him. I knew he was cheating. Somebody get take Spoon to the hauler.
Trouble for Peterson, he's up in the wall. Christian Peterson up in the wall after having some trouble. He was having a handful trying to hold on to that number 23, and I think it finally bit him. And unfortunately, he will drop back to 7th place, move Sora and Spoon up a position.
I still think Spoon's got the cat. He's got the power of William, and then he's got the cat in there racing for him. I knew there was something fishy there.
Something fishy indeed as we watch on the battle here. This is the 62 of Derek Rice, Tyler Davala, and the 8 of Jonathan Smith. Now as you're on board with Joey Mazowicz. Look at that fender flaring right there a little bit. I think it's rusted out a little too much for Joey Mazowicz. And as we see the 36 of Jordan Spoon running 3rd. Oh, he scrapes the wall. And that's going to open the door. Yeah, let the cat out of the bag indeed.
The cat out of the bag. Now we got your secret, Spoon. We know what you're doing. But Jordan Smith's putting on a great show. He's riding that 8 car. You can't come to Nashville, run the 8 car, and mess up. You've got to be able to hold on. Here he goes underneath the bottom of Spoon, and then he's going to think twice of it. He ain't trying to wreck these machines. Doing an excellent job right here, but the brakes are heating up, man.
They certainly are. 6 laps to go here as we see Jonathan Smith in those orange, I would say close, not exactly Tennessee colors, but close enough for tonight.
He just needs a big power T on it, or my face, just right there, smack dab in the middle of it. That would make for an excellent night.
That's got to be more better looking than that face that we just saw William Hale that just got passed as Jordan Spoon went by.
I don't know. We should leave that to the fans. Fans in the chat, just let us know who has a better looking face, William Hale or Macho Man Terry Radford.
As we see your race leader, Parker Retzlaff, trying to power away here at Nashville Fairgrounds. He has a 6-second lead as he comes across the line. 3 laps to go here for your race leader. Parker Retzlaff, as he works his way down the back straightaway, has a 6.6 second lead. Down into turn 3 and 4, just absolutely having a stellar performance here. Popsicle sticks are up in the air for Barney the Flagman. 2 laps to go.
2 to go in 6 seconds. This is crazy. He is on a tear right now. I took the low-hanging fruit. All right, I took it and said that he was going to do a great job. I didn't know that we were going to have an issue with Derek Kraus, but he's done an excellent race. 7.5 seconds. White flag's in the air.
White flag is indeed in the air for Parker Retzlaff down into turn 1 for the final time. 7.5 seconds separates him from Presley Sora as they come down the back straightaway for the final time. Trying to pass the 19 of Peyton Hamlet, but he has no pressure whatsoever. Into turn 3 and 4 for the final time. Out of 4, Parker Retzlaff will win here tonight in the 87 Cup cars at the Nashville Fairgrounds. Another stellar performance for him.
That was a marvelous one. I kind of wish he had the Kyle Petty, the mellow yellow one. Unfortunately, I can't have mellow yellow, but it was a little payback out here on the track. The 33 after the checkered flag went up and paid the 36 a piece of his mind.
Tempers flaring once again here at the fairgrounds as Parker Retzlaff goes and basks in the glory of this win here at the fairgrounds. This is your Martin Sports winning moment. As we see the great camera angles, the drone footage that we just saw from the camera work of Dougie Beard, as we see Parker Retzlaff celebrating his victory here. And with that, we'll go ahead and give you your full field rundown of tonight's race. Parker Retzlaff, your race winner, winning by 9 seconds over Presley Sora. Derek Rice comes home 3rd. Christian Peterson will come home 4th. Jordan Spoon will round out your top 5 with Tyler Davala in 6th. Jonathan Smith will come home 7th with Carden Cochran in 8th. Guillaume Hesnold will round out in 9th with Joey Mazowicz rounding out your top 10.
Luckily, I didn't have to say that, but Peyton Hamlet is in 11th. Zach Coyer in 12th. Old cold beer cameras right there, 1 lap down. William George, 8 down in 13th. Steele Langford, 14. Jeffrey McConey with some issues, 16 down. Jay Blankman, 16th. Oliver Cordell in 17th. Sean Pennington, 18th. Derek Kraus, 19th. And rounding out the top 20, Jason LeDuc.
Tough break. The Duke did not show up here tonight, unfortunately, for this final race. But with that, we're going to talk with 3rd place finisher Derek Rice.
Yes.
Derek, I got to say, you had a great run out there in that number 62. What was the racing out there for you like?
Yeah, Will yelled at me because he said I was doing the 62 with this service. So if I'm going to put his face on the car, he told me I better pick it up. So I got to look in, and in practice, I saw more wheels flying off of cars than what was in cars. So kind of thought, let's just not qualify and just kind of let everything play out. And at the end, I kind of learned a little bit and was able to push it a little harder than I feel like I was in the beginning. And we was able to get by Jordan and a couple of other really good guys right there. It was really fun. Really enjoyed it. Did not think I'd enjoy the 87s as much as I did, but that was a blast. So I hope I can make Sir William proud.
Well, you certainly did. I think you were the only driver out of the William Hale face cars that did not get any major damage on your 87 Monte Carlos. Quick question, though, right quick. Your gloves you're wearing, are they actually Martin Sports gloves?
Actually, no. These are my actual race car gloves back from when I did race. So I only had them for about 4 races before I decided to retire, and I figured what better way to use them than to do it in the rig. But at the same time, I know Scott and everybody at Martin Sports is coming up with something, I don't want to say similar to this because Scott always wants to put his own flair on things. So I guess just stay tuned for that one.
All right. Well, Derek, before we let you go, anyone else you'd like to say thank you to?
Oh, absolutely. I want to thank William Hale for putting this on. This is my 2nd time running this event, and he does an awesome job. I want to thank Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway for acknowledging this weekend. This is really great and something great for the sim community. Got to thank McConey Setup Shop, Podium eSports, Martin Sports, Lunatic Racing, just everybody who has, kind of came in and accepted me and been able to come in and make all this happen. So I really appreciate all those guys. Thank y'all, and go William.
It certainly is indeed. That is Derek Rice coming home in third place here tonight at the fairgrounds. Terry, I got to say, it's been an exhilarating, electrifying night as we have our race winner here, Parker Retzlaff. Parker, you picked up 2 wins tonight. How did it feel to get the win here with the 87 cars?
I mean, I don't race them very often, but yeah, it was all about tire management, and I just tried to ride for like the first 30 laps and just try and save it the best because I knew how much the tire fall off was over the 50-lap run, so I knew that was going to be the main thing. So I even thought about, at the halfway point or something, even pitting and taking tires, and then we ended up not even having a yellow. So,
your thoughts on preparation for tomorrow night's 2 big events, the Pro Lates and Super Lates? Your thoughts on the 2 different styles of racing that you'll have to negotiate, as well as going for these 2, racing over 400 laps?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of conserving and pacing yourself the entire race, especially the big super race. It's a lot of conserving tires and just making sure they're at the end and not using up your stuff too quickly.
Well, before we let you go, Parker, final thoughts and final thank yous for tonight.
Ponzi, Iron Horse Loggers, Ego Tracks, Grill Ads. My parents were watching. I know they're watching. And Ari for always watching all my races, and you guys for broadcasting this and putting this whole thing on.
Of course, that is Parker Retzlaff, your winner here tonight in the 87 Cup cars. Well, Terry, a 1 night down, 1 more to go, and it's the big one. Tomorrow night, starting at 6 p.m., it's the start of the Pro Late Models, which will they be running 126 laps, and then the big show. Someone's walking away with a beautiful guitar and gets the chance to go to the Nashville Fairgrounds for the All-American 400, gets recognized for winning tomorrow night's race, and enjoying a great racing weekend action at the actual Nashville Fairgrounds Speedways. I'm excited. I know you are excited too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just more surprised they put me on the call for it. It's going to be an exciting night. 2 nights in a row, great action. Being able to go out there and race for a chance for an awesome guitar. Getting to be honored in front of the Nashville Fairgrounds, the fans, the drivers. It's huge. And for everybody racing tomorrow night, 1, putting my face on your car. And 2, somebody's going to be playing some Toby Keith, How Do You Like Me Now, when they walk away with the sickest trophy that we're going to give away all year.
I say this is going to be the best trophy that anyone will ever receive in all of sim racing. I don't think there's going to be another trophy like this one. It makes me almost want to get behind the wheel and race myself if I wasn't handling the commentary stuff for this as well. But you know what? Tune in tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Pro Late Models kick off first, and then the big show, the All-American eSports 400, live on Podium Esports. But with that, it is time that we come to a close. So, of course, for many great thank yous to, of course, the following people: Martin Sports, LaRue, as well as Cold Beer Cameras, Full Throttle, Maconi Setup Shop, iRacing, iFlag. We want to say thank you for them. And, of course, for James Pike, Cisco Scarmuzza, Gary Sexton, and John Theodore at Podium Esports. For my partner in the booth, Terry Radford, and our producer tonight, Ryan Bauer. I'm Taylor Burris. Thank you so much for watching tonight's broadcast. We will see you tomorrow night in the Music City and Nashville.